Hello. Oh, were you the one who called me?
Yes, that was me. Mia,
Okay.
nice to meet you.
Right this way, Mio. We can probably. I think there's like a cool little spot over here. Ah. All right. So, how you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good. Not too bad.
So, first,
Hello.
Yep. Oh. Okay. So, I hear you running from mayor, and when I was speaking to some of my coworkers at G6,
Yeah.
they were kind of concerned. You know, they were very frantic, and I don't know if they are explaining properly. So I figured, why not hear it from the source?
Yeah. I'm assuming it's this guy that it sounds like he grinds all day, to be honest. I ran into 3 individual over here, and I mentioned that I am looking to put a 20-hour cap on every job. Now, for some reason, while this guy might sound smart, I think he's actually extremely low IQ, because he started talking about things that kind of contradictory. So pretty much the guy wants to make unlimited money and buy things, and I think he trying to find a way to like justify it and make it sound smart. But at the end of the day, I don't think he want to touch any grass. So does this sound pretty accurate?
There's a lot of people like that at G6. That sounds about right.
They can, I'm going to be real with you. I have zero respect for that. And the way I see it is this. There's, like, I do Grime. I got 300. I just got 300 today. And to give you an idea, Grime is so fucked that I did get about 460. So I've been doing it for about, 6 weeks. Took me a while to get there. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm pretty successful. You know what I mean? I got plenty of money. I got access to things that the individual doesn't have anything, right? Because I think he said something. It sounded like what did he say to me? He said, it sounded like I'm mad that other people got more money, but he doesn't know that I probably have like 5x what he does among my crew. My issue is this, is today, there is, if you're doing, if people, so before, like, let's roll it back like 2+ months, people could do jobs endlessly. And as a side effect, certain jobs like Grime, for example, people were making like $250,000 a week, maybe even $500,000. Because maybe their job paid so much and they could go back to back to back to back. So what that did is, it, like, if you imagine you're the mail and people are printing like millions of dollars, they're gonna make it seem like Grime need to talk to the boss and reduce the pay. The reality of the matter is, it's probably 90% are doing the job a healthy amount, but a handful are pumping the numbers up. With a 20-hour work week, what does this do? Now, if you imagine the price of vehicles, the price of cars, even the bidding that happening at Mosley's, certain cars are going up 2 to 3x. It's because there's people that got a lot of disposable income. Why? Because they sit in a truck all day. And by putting a 20-hour work week limit, what that means is, and removing the day-night cycle, you can go in there and you can work like 20 hours in a single day, or spread that 20 hours throughout the week. You could do it, like not in a, like imagine you're in a concert and you're like, oh shit, dude, I need to pay my bill, but I need to leave right now before it's 6 a.m. because otherwise I can't complete my job. This sort of disrupt people's like lifestyle, but instead, because you got that freedom to work when you want, but because there's a soft cap of 20 hours, that means that no one can run away and get let's just call it illegal amounts of pay that destabilize the economy. Now, if they want to go over 20 hours, sorry, the payment should be reduced to 50%. So if you want to live in van all day, you can do that, but it's going to be reduced. And so over time, there obviously are going to be people that have already made a lot of money, but it's not a good idea to look at what they got. You're never going to catch up to that. Instead, over time, it should fix itself naturally, since more money going to come into economy, but it's going to be a lot more balanced, if that makes sense. So.
Okay. That is explained a lot better.
Yeah.
So what about like businesses and things? How does it, like, how would I go about wanting to start my own business?
Oh, easy. Well, so first off, I think a lot of the there's just been excuses by, I think, the lazy government, and that include probably the Mayo today. I don't know what all the red tape is, but I don't see why that exists. So today, let's say, by Strawberry gas station, there's like 3 $500,000 properties. Now, one of them a locksmith business. Have you ever bought a lockpick before?
I have not. No.
They're like $1,500, right?
Oh,
you
okay.
probably only gonna make $500 profit. Now, how in the world are you gonna spend? Like, what you gonna do? You're gonna sit in a truck all day, get $500,000, buy a property that's barely gonna make the money back? That's not healthy. Instead, these vacant properties should be leased out by the government, where, let's say you wanted to start lockpick business, you lease it out for a week, and a percentage of your profit goes back to the state. So instead of the property just sitting there, the government making money, and there's an attempt for you to try out your business. And if it turns out the business don't make money, then, it is what it is. And none of this need anything. You just, pop the door open. You know what I mean?
Okay, so what it sounds like is like you want to give us some more free time. Maybe we socialize more, get to mingle a bit. Like just have a good time.
Exactly, dude.
Up a business, alternative ways of living.
So also because I'm newer to the city, and I do feel like it's a lot of there's a lot of like groups, like cliques kind of thing, and it's hard to get into these groups because I don't know, it just feels like they're not very welcoming. If so do you feel like this would remedy that?
100%. So the thing is, like, some of these people, and I don't know if this is your friend, I think their mentality, for whatever reason, is make money, purchase cars. And to be honest, that drive a wedge in between the community, because if you're not spending any time learning how to speak to people, or learning who people is, then you're kind of a waste of space. Because instead, like, for example, we talking right now, more of these things need to happen. But the only way that's going to happen is if people don't feel like they're forced to work, because they need to, once again, compete with these people that in a truck all day. You know what I mean?
So, okay, for example, I have some friends, and I wanted to get into certain activities, but they said there's a new system in place that I can't join them. And would you be able to fix something like that? Would that be in your mayor power?
Wait, say that one more time.
So I have a friend, and I wanted to get into some, some criminal activity. Yeah.
Of course.
And I wanted to, because I'm trying to get out there. But it seems like everybody has these like walls up, or like, I don't know, maybe it's a trust issue. Maybe I need to prove myself, whatever it may be. But I saw the opportunity, and I was told that there's like, some system in place that they can't accept new people.
Oh, you talking about the HQ app, dude?
I think that's what it is. You know, I don't have a computer myself.
It's a lot bigger now. Yeah, so that's not something that would be in my powers. And in fact, some things, like I may not even be able to put 20-hour work limit, right? There might be limitations that I'm unaware of, right? Like, so for example, so the mayor today obviously have more insight on what is and isn't possible because he's been in the position for 3 months.
Yeah.
But I know what the issue is, and I have to find a way to solve it. So you're trying to join gang and do banks and stuff? Well, I would argue because you are not going to, like, I'm aiming to reduce the rat race. There's going to be more people actually, you know, touching grass and talking to people and bumping into them instead of staying in the clicks, like a G6 click or the grind click, you know, grinding money together. And those are going to create more opportunity for maybe groups to form and all these other things.
Okay. I'm assuming it's safe for me to talk about like this like criminal activities, right?
Yeah, that's good.
Neither of us are cops. You're good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So also, I was wondering a while ago.
Oh yeah, dude.
What if there was like an academy of sorts like that for newer crims? You know what I'm saying?
So obviously, I can't endorse something like that, but I am very much for those things. Like, because the thing is, right? Obviously, the mayor position very much legal. But, you know, I think a lot of these things come down to we need to make space for more time in people's day
More
instead
free
of
time.
exactly. And this kind of go hand in hand with by reducing that time. Like, I know one of the concerns that guy came up with, but I don't know why he didn't understand the logic, is I don't know what that's going to look like, how much you're making right now versus what it's going to look like at 20 hours. But by capping it, if more money is needed by these jobs, then you can raise it without worrying that someone's going to go abuse it and do, like, you know, stay awake 20 hours a day for a week, you know? And so...
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for clarifying all of
Yeah,
that.
absolutely.
I appreciate it.
May I ask, did he go down to G6 and just like went about this recently?
When he came down, he was like, "Hey, you know, there's gonna be new rules in place probably if this guy gets in and he wants to cap our time and he hates grinders and stuff." So I was like,
"Oh,
that's,
good shit." I agree with that.
Yeah, you know. So, but also it's like sometimes it's like a telephone game, you know, where it's like, you know, you talk too much and it might change exactly the details.
He
of what
was
you
mad.
said.
Wait, did he? Wait, hold on. He said that?
Said what? Which part?
With that, I hate grinders, and he like thought that was a bad thing.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Okay,
I mean,
well,
listen,
yes, I support that message, to be honest.
There's a lot of filthy grinders in G6, you know.
Yeah, fuck them, to be honest. So here's I'll tell you this is like the things I want to do for G6 is I want tier 2 to get rebate on their gun license. I also want them to get a rebate on their guns. And so that's how they're going to save money on that. And I want people that doing G6 beyond the 20 hours to have other opportunities. Why should you have to be working for this boss that's soulless versus someone like Alexander getting more power to, for example, right, to do things with G6 like on his behest, you know what I mean? Like maybe, for example, G6 can be contracted by the state to protect and do actual like imagine tier 3 G6 can do official security for the Senior Buns Plaza, you know what I mean? With like limited authority, like shit like that is a million times better. And there's no reason, like, if I had to choose between some soulless boss giving you, you know, $4,000 on a contract every 3 hours versus we give, you know, Alex some money, and we're like, yo, split that up, like over, like, you know, like the hours you put into, you know, doing security at Senior Buns. I think I'd rather take that second one. You know. So.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Anything else? Anything else? I think that's pretty much it. I you know, I understand the grinder mentality where it's just like they're so wrapped up in it that they just forget, you know, there's life outside of that. You know, but you saying that capping it at 20 hours would give us more free time and possibly open up more, you know, opportunities for us to mingle, and I would love to see more activities in the city. You know what I'm saying? Like
100%.
Parties and you know, like maybe incentives to, you know, hey, let's all meet up here and do this thing, and you know, whatever. That would be great. That would be great.
And that's where the grant, like, if people don't, a lot of people, let's say, don't go to a music festival or leave when the sun come up. It may not be that they don't want to go to it. It's that they got to work because they're like, oh shit, I want that car. But now the price is tripled because someone doing 80 hours of G6 or grime or towing, and they're inflating the price. So I genuinely think that those that even have this grinder mentality, if it come down to like why they doing it, it comes down to they're trying to get something that's higher in price because others are making money. If everyone's making a shitload of money, then all the prices go up. So why not reduce how much everyone working? You know what I mean?
Right. Okay.
So,
well, yeah, thank you for taking the time to talk to me about this.
Absolutely, dude.
I am wishing you luck. I definitely want to talk to some of the other candidates for sure. Yeah. And well, then
best of luck finding them, ma'am. They most of them never are around.
Yeah. That is true.
Yeah,
that is true.
Okay.
Well, you definitely have piqued my interest for your your potential.
Well, I appreciate that. If anyone asks about my thing, maybe you can help me explain it, because like I said, it was a very awkward conversation, because to me this seemed pretty simple, but maybe there's like a missing link in the conversation that made it confusing. Okay.
For sure. I got you.
Okay.
All right. Well, I won't take up any more of your time.
Okay.
I know you gotta, you know, do a lot out there. Wishing you luck again, and thanks for clarifying.
Yeah, absolutely. Bye, y'all.
Great.
Appreciate it. Take care.
See y'all. Nice to meet you. Bye bye.
Holy shit! Wait, no way someone would say that. Like, you know what I mean?